Hi everyone, my name is Carter Powell and I'm a senior at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia.
Hey, hi, my name is Lori George. I am a senior at Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, Texas.
My name is TJ Fields and I'm from Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana.
All right, hi, my name is Monet Vakili. I am a senior at the University of Arizona.
My name is Carrie Dorn. I'm a senior at The Ohio State University.
Customer service, whether it's with student housing or just any business establishment that I'm going to be going to, I kind of expect the same level of care and attention to me. The experience has to be about me. So when I walk in the door, it only takes a couple seconds before I'm going to be feeling ignored. So you got to notice me the second that I get in there. And it's just a matter of providing consistency. Every time I walk in, I want to be greeted in the same manner, and I want to become a name and a face rather than an apartment number.
I agree with Monet. I definitely want the consistency and I want the degree of customer service that I was promised when I toured the property. But I also want to make sure that with customer service that everyone in the office is communicating with each other so they're all informed of things that are going on in the property. You know, I want to be informed of a power outage or why the internet's been out for 2 days, things like that.
I like to know that the management staff wants to get to know us as people and not just as the person that lives in apartment 203. It's nice to know that they care about us, not just as students, but as their residents and as individuals. And not just on the maintenance side, but on the people side. It's really nice to get to know them and build that relationship and trust with the management team.
To me, a property manager is more than a person that you just pay your rent to on the first of every month. They're responsible for overseeing the normal flow of operations, both with the maintenance team and the in-office staff. And so, you know, if something goes wrong or they're not performing up to par or promising or delivering on what they promised me, then I'm going to hold the property manager accountable and I'm going to go to them to resolve the issue.
I agree with Monet. It's definitely, property managers are overseeing the daily logistics of everything, but also making sure that their staff is doing the job that they need to do to make sure that residents have been served properly.
When my washing machine broke during the first year that I was living at my complex, and I guess it needed a part that was like very unique and obscure, and it was going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get it ordered. And at first they weren't really sure of the timeline, but what was really nice is I would come home and I would find little notes from the maintenance team saying, hey, we ordered your part, or hey, it's just been delivered. So I knew every step of the way what was going on and that the problem was going to be resolved. Even though it might have taken a little bit longer than I expected, I really appreciated the consistent communication.
For me, it kind of goes back to the customer service aspect. When I toured the property that I live at now, the girl that gave me the tour was absolutely wonderful. She let me take my time, asked her a million questions, and she still works at the complex, and it's just been nice to have that relationship that started just at a tour to have it just evolve. You know, I can always count on her in the office to let her know if I have a problem, to get things done, or even just to, you know, see how things are going. So just kind of establishing a relationship with people at the complex makes it really enjoyable, makes you want to stay because you know them and they start to care about, you know, how you feel and how you're doing. Whereas my first property I lived at, they didn't care. You were definitely just a number. If you had a maintenance request, they would kind of treat you like you're a little bit stupid, you know, oh, your sink's clogged, why'd you do that, things like that. So just making sure that you're respectful for the residents, and that makes you really want to stay.
I'm comfortable with paying rent and doing the maintenance requests and all of that online. As far as, we discussed this yesterday, as far as signing a lease and making that commitment online, I'm not quite comfortable with that at this point. Paying rent is fine and the day-to-day operations, but as far as that bigger commitment of signing a lease, I would rather do that hand-to-hand in person.
Online payments, being able to pay your rent online is a big perk, almost a must. I love paying with a credit card. You can rack up points. You have all the paper trail, electronic trail that goes along with the credit cards. You know your rent's paid. Don't have to worry about paper receipts and all that fun stuff. As far as maintenance requests, I think it's definitely a benefit to be able to do that online as well. You can be a little bit more descriptive in writing sometimes, and when you call in over the phone and forget what you wanted to say, and you can do it at 12 o'clock at night. You don't have to worry about the office being open. But as far as leasing or doing renewals over the internet, it's not something I would do. It's a big enough decision and a big enough aspect, too much money on the line. I'd like to be in person, know who I'm talking to, make sure all my questions are answered, and then I can have some sort of paper copy, electronic copy, kind of more formal with that.
For our particular student housing in Blacksburg, Virginia. We have a little bit of a different makeup from the rest of the country. The market is a little bit different, so location is probably the most important amenity for us, I guess you could say. We like to be close to campus, and we don't have all the bells and whistles that you're going to find in most of the other markets around the country. So it is important. Location is very important. And then the internet. We have a lot of online courses, and these days technology is extremely important, and you're going to find all of your assignments and tests and everything like that online. So searching for a reliable internet source at a property is very important, and making sure that the management company has a lot of emphasis on reliable internet is important, because at the end of the day, technology plays a major part in our student life.
Basically, a must for me is proximity to campus, location. I have to be able to walk onto campus. I don't want to depend on a bus or a shuttle or have to drive to campus. So the ability to walk to campus is a must.
One of the things that made me choose the place I'm living now out of the 3 choices that she gave me was the way that it looked when I first walked in. I went to one property and I walked in and it was quiet and there was no music playing, and I felt like I was in like a nursing home. So when I walked into the apartment complex that I live in now, there were bright colors, there were cookies out and coffee, there was like abstract art all on the wall, and it just radiated like life. And that's what was really important to me, and that sold me, because I don't want to live anywhere where I'm going to see old people walking around all day or people with their babies. I want to be around people my age who are having the same problems. I can meet people and have a sense of community. And the walk-in closets were also awesome too. Those 2 things sold me.